We're staying on top of that breaking news here at 4. A crash at Toronto International Airport where a plane, a Delta Airlines plane, you can see it here, come over your screen if you have a moment, left upside down on the runway. We understand 15 people went to hospitals, including a child. That flight was traveling from Minneapolis to Toronto. Let's bring in Captain Richard Levy here. He has decades of experience as a transportation pilot and is FAA certified. Richard, I wish we had some better news to bring you in on, but here we are again on another airport, airway, or airplane disaster. What do you make of seeing these initial images of this plane, this aircraft, on its hood?
Hello, Derek. Our thoughts are to the family. So the passengers are the injured. This is extremely unusual to have an airplane as this inverted any airplane. It's a CRJ 900 flown by Endeavor Airlines, a regional airline that supplies passengers to and from Delta Airlines. In any event, when they were landing at Toronto's Pearson International Airport, I've flown there many times, great airport, long runways, great services. They had probably strong, gusty crosswinds. So if you notice right now, that picture we just saw, the engines are in the back of the aircraft. What does that have to do with this? In that it's very early. We don't have facts right now. There you go. There's a view of it. If they had strong crosswinds, winds going right to left, or left to right, either way, doesn't matter, and gusty, it makes it a landing challenging. Not unsafe. We do this in training all the time. If it exceeds the limits of the airplane, we don't land. We execute a go around, we hold or divert. So they landed, they touched down, and very possibly they had a slid going across the runway because of the strong winds and or insufficient movement of the flight controls to counteract the crosswind, Derek. Then add on to that, all accidents are a series of error chain elements. The flight controls insufficient could have been a problem. Number two, the gustier winds, stronger than maybe the crew knew or expected. And three, when the crew landed and then put the engines into reverse, that's what you do with your hands. You pull the thrust levers into reverse. That's the noise we hear on all airplanes, commercial airplanes when you land. The engines are in the back. It could have swung the tail of the airplane downwind, that is with the gusts of the winds, and then the airplane is going down the runway sideways, and the landing gear, one of them collapsed, and then the airplane started to roll on the top. Fortunately, most of the people had, if not all, had safety belts on, seat belts on. So they're in a smaller plane like that, you're not going to fall very far with gravity, Derek.
And let me ask you this, in what you've seen from this particular incident, in terms of the aircraft and the operators of this aircraft, what questions do you think need to be answered about how this unfolded?
Absolutely. Questions. What were the exact winds given to the crew just before landing by the Toronto Pearson Control Tower? Number one. Number two, did they have adequate airspeed? We call it an additive when there's gusty winds. Did the crew have enough additive airspeed? Number three, when the airplane touched down, did they have the flight controls deflected the correct way? That would be the ailerons into the wind. I can't show you the feet, the rudder pedals. Opposite, that's a crosswind landing. So that is what they're going to look at. Did the airplane start to slide? So the investigation will center most likely around the wind, the weather, and the flight crew actions upon touchdown.
All right, Richard Levy, some great insight there. Thank you for sharing some time with us here this afternoon. We'll be sure to check back in with you as this story develops.
Thank you, Derek.
Absolutely.